Trumper the Alien by Hannah List. On a breezy October 29th, a little girl is wandering around Mr. Martin's field looking for the perfect pumpkin. No, that one is too bendy. No, that one is too thin, she says sadly. Her name is Hannah, and tomorrow is the second grade jack-o'-lantern contest in Mrs. Lopez's class, and first prize is a big bag of candy. Her eyes grow big as she sees a beautiful, orange, round pumpkin. This one's just right, Hannah shouts as she gives it a big hug. She looks around because she hears a strange noise, kind of like a buzzing bee with a kapooey. Hannah looks up and sees a tiny, dusty, dented spaceship falling from the sky. She reaches out and catches it before it crashes into her perfect pumpkin. Whoa, cool, Hannah says. It's a UFO. All of a sudden, the top pops off and a little creature bounces out of the ship with 6 eyes and 3 noses at the end of 3 long antennas on top of its round, purple head and squeaks, "Hello!" Hannah looks back and says to the alien, "Ah! Don't be scared. I'm friendly and you're too loud for my big ears," the alien chirps. "Where did you come from?" she asks. The alien answers, "I was going from Mars to Neptune to see my grandparents, but got lost and ran out of gas." "Well, I don't have any gas, but you could sleep over at my house tonight," Hannah offers. "Okie dokie," he says. "My name's Trumper." "Hello, Trumper. I'm Hannah." The little girl smiles as she puts Trumper back into his ship and puts it on top of the pumpkin and carries them home. Trumper's noses start to twitch and droop down to the pumpkin he is sitting on. I don't know what this is, but it smells delicious," he says as he drools. "Don't you dare," Hannah snaps. "This is the perfect pumpkin, and I'm going to make the perfect jack-o'-lantern and win the perfect big bag of candy." "But I'm so hungry," he whines. "It's been such a long trip." "Just a nibble?" he asks. "No way, mister. Not a nibble. We're almost home, and I'll get you a snack." "What do aliens eat, anyway?" the little girl asks. "Pumpkins, for sure," he replies, looking hungrily at the pumpkin with all 6 of his eyes. Looking back up at Hannah and seeing her angry look, he frowns and says, "Not a nibble." The little girl turns and skips up the sidewalk and says, "Here we are. Home, sweet home. I'll sit you down on the porch and go get you some graham crackers and milk. They're the best. Then we'll figure out how to get you home. Stay outside, Mom and Dad. They might freak out if they see you." Hannah sits Trumper and the pumpkin down on the porch and runs into the house. Grumble, grumble. Trumper's tummy starts to rumble as he walks around the pumpkin waiting for a snack. "Oh, I'm so hungry, and this pumpkin smells so good," the little alien says to himself. "Just a little bite won't hurt anybody." So he takes a little nibble, then a bigger bite, then a huge chomp. The back door swings open and a very angry little girl shouts, "What are you doing? You're eating my beautiful pumpkin? You ruined it!" Hannah runs back into the house crying with the snack and stomps up the stairs to her room where she throws herself onto her bed screaming into her pillow. Trumper, looking very sad, sits next to the pumpkin feeling very bad. "What did I do?" he sighs. "And I'm still so hungry." Just then an idea came to Trumper. A big smile stretches across his face and he runs to his ship. When he comes out, he smiles even bigger, showing all his teeth, and starts eating the pumpkin. The next morning, Hannah wakes up to her mom knocking on her bedroom door. "Wake up, Hannah," says her mom. "It's time for school." Hannah was so upset about what Trumper had done she had fallen asleep crying. "I don't want to go to school today, Mom." "But today is the big contest, and you don't want to miss that. You did such a beautiful job on your pumpkin," her mom says. "What are you talking about? My pumpkin is ruined," Hannah says. "Your pumpkin is beautiful, and you're going to be late," her mom answers. Not knowing what was going on, Hannah gets out of bed and goes downstairs and out to the back porch to see a ruined pumpkin. But, to her surprise, she finds a beautifully carved jack-o'-lantern. "Great job, kiddo," her dad says, staying behind and drinking his morning coffee. "What is that? A map of the galaxy? The little spaceship with a nice touch. You win a prize for sure." "Thanks?" Hannah said, not knowing what happened or what to say. When her dad walks back in to finish his breakfast, Trumper pops out from one of the holes and peeps. "So what do you think?" Still surprised, Hannah says, "It's amazing, but how did you do it?" Trumper answers, "Well, first I had to look up what a jack-o'-lantern was on my spaceship's computer. Then I chewed a copy of my galaxy map into your pumpkin. Do you like it?" "It's awesome," Hannah says, "but you did this, and I can't say it's mine." Trumper thinks for a second and says, "You pick the pumpkin. I just helped fix what I messed up. You can split the candy with me." Not having time to figure it out because the school bus was going to be there soon, she says, "Well, I did pick a pretty nice pumpkin. Okay, 50-50 split if we get the big bag of candy." They both laugh and Hannah runs to get ready for school. Later that day, Hannah's map of the galaxy jack-o'-lantern wins first place and a big bag of candy. Outside the school, she sits down with her pumpkin and their candy. Trumper pops his head out of the spaceship where he is hiding. So does candies taste as good as pumpkins, he asks. Way better, says Hannah as she reaches into the bag and pulls out a handful. Here, try some bubble gum, but don't swallow it. It's just to chew on. Just to chew on? The little alien says as he puts it in his mouth. Why would you just want to chew? This is good. I want more bubble gum. Hannah gives him so much bubble gum it almost fills his mouth. Trumper gets so excited his noses start to twitch. Then he gives out a big, big, big sneeze. Achoo! Trumper blasts, and out of his 3 noses comes 3 giant bubbles that slowly lift him and his spaceship into the air. Look at me, he shouts. These bubbles can get me home, or at least to the closest gas station. Watching her little friend float away, Hannah yells, What about your half of the big bag of candy? You keep it safe, Trumper shouts back high in the sky. I'll come back to visit you soon. I'll miss you, Hannah yells, but Trumper is already out of sight. Halloween came and went, and Hannah is trying really hard to save Trumper's half of the big bag of candy. But it smells so good, and she is so hungry. She figures he won't mind just a nibble.